Tonight, listen for it, wait for it, your number 2 seed Sacramento Kings return to primetime. That's right. They are on the national stage against the New York Knickerbockers. And let me tell you, this ain't your old Knicks. This is a good basketball team. We've got the entire breakdown for you. This is the pregame show on If You Don't Like That. Good evening, everybody. It's great to be back, and Grant will be back tonight. We will be doing the halftime and postgame shows tonight for you, but you did not hear me wrong. Your Sacramento Kings are now the number 2 seed in the West. Memphis is currently playing Golden State. They are up by 12 points right now in Memphis, so we'll keep track of that. There's about 9 minutes left to go in that game. What's going on tonight? Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's go Kings. That's right. Everything is good on this end. So breaking news, as you heard probably, yes, Rhino is in the house indeed. Thank you for being in the house, Sea-Dog. And great job on the post-game show the other game. But getting back to things, you may have heard there were some questions tonight whether Jalen Brunson was going to be playing. He is going to give it a go tonight. Coach Thibodeau came out and said he was going to do his normal warm-ups and they'd make a judgment. Knicks PR announced that about 20 minutes ago. So the Knicks will be pretty much at full strength. And like I said in the opening, this is not your old New York Knicks. They come into Sacramento winners of 9 of 10 games. And they lost to Charlotte the other night. And Charlotte, not a very good team in the East. But do not take this team for granted. New York is excellent, and they have some guys that are on the All Kings killers list, first team All Kings killers, specifically Julius Randle. Julius Randle, he has his career high. His career high was actually scored in Sacramento last year. The Kings did see the Knicks one time earlier this season at Madison Square Garden. And that resulted in a Kings loss. And that was actually a game where Julius Randle was ejected, I believe, towards the end of the first half or early in the second half. And he had already had 27 points. So he seems to have the Kings number. There is no doubt about that. Derek, thank you so much for tuning in from New York, buddy. Really appreciate that. So yeah, this is a huge game for both teams, and this is a huge game just all around. I mean, the Kings return to the national stage. We remember what they did the first time on the national stage, and when I say national, I mean TNT. They blew out Brooklyn, and that was just a fun game to watch. But if you like offense, this is the game for you. The two names that I mentioned, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. They are absolutely great players. In fact, Jalen Brunson, he is right behind Fox for Clutch Player of the Year. Jalen Brunson can score from all places. We know how good of a defender Davion Mitchell is, right? Davion was asked last year who the hardest person in the league for him to guard is. He said Jalen Brunson. And that was last year. So that's before Brunson made it to the Knicks and has absolutely just been a huge acquisition for them. And on top of that, they've got many, many great complementing pieces. You know, they've got RJ Barrett on the wing. They've got Emmanuel Quigley. They've got Josh Hart as their backup point guard. Josh Hart, I absolutely love the mentality of this New York team and what Josh Hart said after the Charlotte game. He was actually asked if he thought that they lost due to fatigue. And he said, fatigue? We're out here playing basketball, and I'm paraphrasing here. There's people that wake up at 6 a.m. and work 12-hour days. So no, we're not fatigued. So that tells you a little bit of the mindset for this team coming into Sacramento. The Kings coming off of a win the other night, a impressive win. To be honest with you, everybody did a little bit of everything. They had 39 assists in that game. And look for hopefully the Kings to share the ball similarly tonight. De'Aaron Fox is back in the lineup, which is always a very good thing. And if you didn't know, now you know. The Kings are number 2 in the West, tied with Memphis for second in the West. Again, Memphis is playing Golden State right now. They are leading with 7:04 left. So are you guys as pumped up as I am about this game tonight? I'm sure as heck ready to go. Can't wait to see this one. And this is going to be, for all intents and purposes, for fans out there that say Sacramento is not getting enough national attention, this is going to be the coming out party. Because when you look at sports media in general and the media in general, you think big cities, New York, right? Well, not only are you playing New York, you're playing them on national TV, and you're playing a very good New York Knickerbockers basketball team. So if you don't think they're getting attention now, they will be getting attention if they win this game tonight. So absolutely, let's go. Let's go. What's everybody doing for the game? Let me know. I want to hear from you. Oh, great. From G1, what's the atmosphere like there right now? Shoot us a little message, Augustine. I want to see what's cracking there. But it's pretty exciting. I can only think. Oh no, go New York. Whoa, that's all right. We can live with that. We can live with that. We're still going Kings. They're actually favored by 4, but that's all right. Let's get loud. That's right, Athena Channel. Let's get loud. So, what's everybody's keys to the game tonight? I've got a couple keys in mind, certainly. These two teams, if you didn't know, the Kings statistically by offensive rating are the best offense in NBA history. That is crazy to think about, and that is by offensive rating, which is relatively new with all. Well, not relatively new, but analytics and such. So they have the highest ranked offense in the history of the National Basketball Association. You're gonna have to ask your bookie, Carl. I'm not sure, man. I am not a gambler. But my guess is, since I am talking offense, because both of these teams are very offensive oriented and can fill it up, I would lean to the overwhelming side. We'll put it that way. But the Kings being number 1 in offense, they've got to be able to score tonight. We say that all the time, but it's not about just scoring. It's about how they score, right? And I think one of the big keys to this game is going to be assists. I'm not asking the Kings to come out and score or to have 39 assists like they had in their last showing, but there's something to be said about this team when everybody touches the basketball. And it keeps them engaged. It gets everybody going. And you look back to the first time they were on national TV against Brooklyn, that's exactly what happened. Everybody was getting involved. They had a high number of assists that night. And at that point, it is extremely contagious for the players on the floor. If I do have to switch over to a second key that's going to be defensively, this game for the Kings defensively is going to be won on the perimeter, or it's going to start, I should say, on the perimeter. And I say that because New York, their wings are very, very talented. I named some of them already, but Jalen Brunson, Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, Josh Hart, I could go on. They like to play on the perimeter. And don't forget Julius Randle. Julius Randle can play inside and outside, as evident by killing the Kings with the three-pointer last year in Sacramento. So when I say it starts on the perimeter, it starts on the perimeter for 2 reasons. One, it's going to be defending the three-point shot. New York can fill it up. If you don't think they can, go back and look at their last 10 games. This is a team that has beat Boston. This is a team that could contend with your Milwaukee's, that could contend in the playoffs with your Boston. In fact, I would say the similarities between the New York Knicks and the Sacramento Kings are they have more similarities than differences. This is nearly a clone of the Kings on the East Coast because New York doesn't play great defense either. But their story, their success, they've got a great coach, Tom Thibodeau. He was the coach of the year not too long ago. So, there's a lot of similarities between these teams, and it's got the recipe for a very magical game. So, getting back to my point, defensively, they not only have to defend that 3-point shot well, they cannot allow straight line drives tonight. Penetration with the guards, the wings, and even Julius Randle as well. They cannot let those guys drive to the middle. They have got to force them baseline, and they've got to rotate down on defense. And don't be surprised if the Kings throw in a little zone look tonight. That wouldn't shock me either. They threw that in last game, and it worked out pretty well. But athletically, these teams match up pretty darn well. And New York defensively will sag off a little bit. So it's always good when Sabonis can get going downhill, and even better when he can get that 3-point shot going. So, anyways, I want to get to some of your comments and some of your predictions about tonight. I mean, gosh, this is such an exciting time in the NBA right now. There's so much going on. We could do a 2-hour pregame show, just about everything going on with the Kings and the Western Conference, Durant injury, but that's not what we care about. We care about the Kings, so we're sticking to that as they are playing the Knicks tonight on national TV. Will Grant be back tonight? Yes, he will. Grant is going to be doing the halftime and postgame show. I will be doing those shows with him. He'll get a kick out of that from his Listen app show. I am joining Grant Napier on the halftime and postgame shows. Let's see. Sabonis. We got a comment about Sabonis. Sabonis needs to dominate Robinson. Yeah, I did not mention Robinson. He does. Sabonis needs to have a big day with Robinson as well. And that goes to foul trouble. You got to really, really be careful about the fouls with the Knicks. You got to be careful every night, but specifically, yes, Memphis is getting out to a rather large lead right now in the fourth quarter. It is 117-102. Big deal. That just means the Kings need to handle their business tonight. So, anyways, while we have a moment, wanted to let you know about one of our favorite places and a sponsor of the show, Bennett's Kitchen in Roseville, Sacramento, and soon to come a third location in Rockland. That one's coming soon to the Blue Oaks Town Center. Bennett's is just a wonderful, wonderful restaurant. They have prime cuts of steak, excellent seafood. I love the hanger steak. Grant loves the bone-in ribeye. Everything. We've never had a bad meal there. My wife had a wonderful birthday dinner there. In fact, my mom's there tonight. What's up, Mom, if you're watching? And just go out and support them. Brian Bennett, the owner, and his staff, big Kings fans, big supporters of the show, and just a great spot. The Sacramento location is located where the old Banderas used to be at, off of Howe and Fair Oaks. So again, Bennett's locations in Sacramento, Roseville, and a third soon to come in Rockland at the Blue Oaks Town Center. All right, as we get closer and closer to tip-off, Sea-Dog, I want to get this up here. Let's see if Lyles and Herter can keep up the good play. Yeah, absolutely. I don't see any reason why Herter is not going to continue going. Lyles, he's been up and down. He's been very good lately. But I think Kevin has the same mindset that this team has right now. Kevin was speaking with another radio station earlier today, and he said, this is not the time to let up. This is the time to basically push. We're not complacent. We're hungry. And so I'm really, really excited to see that. Yeah, Jeff, like you said, they are blowing them out right now. That's okay. You know what? Not a big deal as long as the Kings handle their business. And you have to realize too, getting back to the Herter and getting back to the Lyles comment, that's also part of, what's gotten them going is the Kings sharing the basketball and that idea of team basketball, which we've seen throughout the season. And I think tonight, that's why I said a key to this game is absolutely assists. The Kings need to have a high assist number and get every involved, get everyone involved early. My third key to this game that I want to give out is I don't think there's a single minute in this game that you can have Fox or Sabonis not on the floor. You need to have one of the two on the floor at all times. This New York Knicks team is explosive. They're excellent. And you've got to have one of those guys out there. Now, granted, if we're in garbage time and both of them are out, yeah, we get it. But I think this is a game where you really need to watch that closely. Usually Coach Brown's very good about that, though. Murray, yeah, he definitely needs to hit his threes. Keegan, Keegan's one of those guys. He's much like a herder. Keegan's not gonna go get himself involved. Keegan's not going to bring the ball down the court and create his own shot, look for his own shot. So that's going to be up to Fox. That's going to be up to Davion. That's going to be up to Monk, Sabonis. They have got to make a concerted effort to get Keegan going, and also Coach Brown as well, drawing up some plays for him, because that's so important to this team's success. Yes, last year Julius Randle he is first team all Kings killer. Michael, what's up, Guerrero? I know you, buddy. I know you from the chat. But yeah, he is on that team with Dame Lillard and some other guys. So Randall, he's a bad matchup for the Kings all the way around, plays well against this team. So let's see what they can do against him tonight. Do you think this game will be up for grab with 2 minutes left? Absolutely. In fact, as just a basketball fan, I hope it's up for grabs with 2 minutes left. Jalen Brunson and De'Aaron Fox are 1A and 1B when it comes to clutch scoring in the NBA this year. So to see that matchup and to have the opportunity to possibly have those two teams come down to the wire with the Kings ultimately coming out on top, that would be great. But yes, I do think this will be a close game. 100%. Let me know if you guys think it's going to be a close game. I do not expect this to be anything like the Brooklyn matchup. So this one's going to be a good one. Let's see. I hope Fox. Yeah, absolutely. We'll see. I mean, postseason awards. Let's worry about what the Kings do now and what they're going to do in the playoffs once they get there. All right, well, it is that time. We need some score predictions. Remember, if you hit the final score, you get the Kings score right, and the Kings win and the beam's lit, you guys get one of these pretty t-shirts that's sitting over my shoulder. All right, we've got David B. Kings 138, Knicks 119. Let's see. Saludo, what is up? Jesus, thanks for joining the show, buddy. Where is Grant? I already answered that question. Grant will be here for the halftime and post-game show, so we're happy to have him back. Super happy. Let's see. Agreed with Lyles and Murray. Yep, absolutely, Lids. And calling my shot. Take my side. All right, medium. We're getting cocky, huh, David? All right. Yeah, speaking of the t-shirts, as we said, they're all ready to go. We're just waiting for one approval to put them live on Grant's website. I know we took pre-orders through email. Those are all set aside. As soon as we get that approval and they hit the website, we'll be emailing you that link, and we'll let everybody else know too. That they are live on the website and direct you to ifyoudon'tlikethat.com. Again, ifyoudon'tlikethat.com, just process your payment and they will be shipped out. Let's see. We got another Jalen Brunson of the Knicks. Yes, he is. So just about now, 30 minutes ago, they came out and said that he is available tonight. So he is a full go. Well, you are very welcome, William. I'm extremely excited for the game tonight. I know Grant is excited to be back. You all know he is a New Yorker. He has many, many great memories from the Garden. So really cool to see these teams playing in a significant matchup. All right, we've got Kings 129, 122. Okay, so you think it's going to be under 130. All right. Gabrielle, let's see. I do not expect the Kings to win tonight. Not trying to be pessimistic. Why is that? Let us know, Gabrielle. Why do you think the Kings will lose tonight? Do you think it's because the Knicks are that much better? Do you think they're going to struggle on the national stage? Let us all know. Cody, all in Sacramento market. Enjoy the night away from Mark Jones on the call. TNT. Amen, Cody. I love that comment. Amen, brother. Hopefully they don't have any issues like we've had, though, like where they accidentally black the game out. There will be a riot if that happens. Paula, hopefully I said that right. What do you think of this game? Physicality of the Knicks was a big problem in New York. The Knicks team has changed a little bit since then. I am more concerned, not so much with the physicality. I know that they can be physical, but I'm concerned with the perimeter in this game, especially with Julius Randle. We've been talking about Jalen Brunson, but Julius Randle, he can play inside and out, and he's making a bid for first team All NBA on the for the Eastern Conference. So I'm more worried about what they do from the outside personally, because this is going to be it's going to be a game of matchups. Every game is a game of matchups, but tonight is especially right. Yeah, Cody. Yeah, you're right, Jeff. Absolutely. You almost got me wanting to do a rant after that one. Augustine, we got Kings 131, 128. The Kings are riding high on confidence. Yeah, they are. They've won 5 or 6 or 7 games, right? 5 or 6, 6 or 7, 6 or 7, I think. Yeah. Since the break, and this is the last game of the homestand, and they're going to be ready to go. I think national TV. This team is shown on a national stage. They come out and they like to play hard. They like to get that attention. And in fact, I think there's a little part of this team that likes to be a little under the radar too. So it's really fun when they get this opportunity. 100%. Let's see. We've got some Kevin Durant. Gabrielle. All right. We've had a few of these since that Clippers game. She's saying Knicks 177, 175. All right, Gabrielle. We'll give you a t-shirt if you're right, if you can tell me how many overtimes, if you hit that one on the head. Sea-Dog coming on at halftime. He is not, but I can promise you will probably see Sea-Dog back at some point on here. Let's see. Sea-Dog, there he is, right on the spot. I wonder if Terrence Davis has a bigger role tonight. Possibly. I think Terrence's game last time was a product of what I said earlier tonight. Everybody touching the ball and, just everybody getting involved, being unselfish. And we know this team loves to play that way. And I think that's part of the reason why Fox is so special down the wire when we're in the clutch time, because Fox could do this all game if he wanted to, but he really, really focuses in. I think Mike Brown's made a concerted effort with Fox to make sure that he's getting everybody involved, but then it's Fox time. Once you hit that fourth quarter, with that mid-range game, he's automatic down there. So, going back to what you're saying, I think Fox gets everybody involved tonight, and Terrence could go off a little bit, sure, but it would be under those circumstances, absolutely. Getting some Fox predictions. Here's an interesting one from Troy. We got 150 or 135, 120. Let's make that red wig happen tonight. Yeah, still working on that. Maybe we'll get one through Amazon and surprise Grant with it one of these days. I'm not sure if it was Mike Guerrero or somebody else that mentioned it, but yeah, Kevin Durant, if you have not heard, he is out for at least 2 weeks for the Phoenix Suns. He slipped in pregame warmups or individual warmups and twisted his ankle. He had an MRI today. I have not seen the results of the MRI, but they said that at the very least he will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. So he's likely done through the end of the regular season, and playoffs, we'll see what happens. But a huge blow for them. And the Kings have 2 games with Phoenix coming up, and that's definitely going to impact those games. But don't forget, Phoenix had Sacramento's number this year. So injuries coming through and helping the Kings out big time. Yeah, if you listen and shout out plug for Grant's Listen App show, usually 4 o'clock Monday through Friday. Go check that out. You can talk to the man yourself. And that came up today. Somebody asked him, have you seen a season like this before with the injuries, specifically in the Western Conference? And, the answer was no. It's been a very, very wild season. I think somebody said it best. They said you'd be needing to get a drug test if somebody told you after the Kings lost their first 4 games that they would be in the position they're in right now. I believe they're at 38 wins and the 2nd seed in the West. It's just unfathomable. So everything's just lined up for the Kings. So anyways, we're getting closer and closer to tip off. Golden State is going to lose in Memphis. Memphis 131, Golden State 108 with 39.3 seconds left, which means it is almost time for the Kings to take the big stage playing the Knicks tonight. So yeah, we're pumped up. We will be back at halftime. We will be back for the post game as well. And Grant is back tonight. So I will be joining him on his halftime and post game shows. So Memphis, they are getting the dub, and the Kings will hopefully keep course and do their part tonight. And nothing changes in the standings, but more than that, let's rock it, Sacramento. This is going to be another coming out party for this team. This is going to be the loudest that, if this is a close game, this is going to be the loudest that Golden One Center likely has ever been, in my opinion. And it's going to be a time to put the rest of the nation officially on notice about this team. So I am so excited about it. I know that all of you are, except for Gabrielle, who has the Knicks winning 177 to 175. Lydia, 2nd through 10th. I missed the back end of that comment. But yeah, just like you said, William, let's go. Oh boy, I can't do the oh boy. That's Grant's thing. But another small win that we get to watch it on TNT. So that'll be fun. All right. As we get closer to tip-off, I wanted to remind you one more time that the show tonight is brought to you by Bennett's locations in Roseville, Sacramento, and a 3rd location soon to come in Rockland at the Blue Oaks Town Center. Go check out Bennett's. It's such a fun restaurant. Great food, great portions. I love the steaks there. They've got awesome seafood. Go try the redfish. The redfish is awesome. With some sauteed spinach. They also have a weekend brunch if you're a brunch person, which is really, really good. My wife loves the brunch. We love the dinner menu. Brian Bennett, the owner, and his team, big Kings supporters, big supporters of the show, great people. So go check out Bennett's. Again, locations in Roseville, Sacramento, and a soon-to-come location in Rockland in the Blue Oaks Town Center. All right, y'all. That is going to be just about it for the pregame show as the Kings are getting ready to take the floor here in a few minutes. I hope that you all have a wonderful time watching the first half. Grant and I will be back to recap the first half on the halftime show. So don't forget to show up for that. Again, Kings, big one against the Knicks tonight. Can't wait to see them come out and represent and hopefully light that beam. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Rhino in Sactown. This has been the pregame show on If You Don't Like That. So long.